There we go.
Okay. Hi, my name is Dwight Elvey. This is a Canon Cat. This was developed by Jef Raskin. It's a very unique machine. One of the clever things that they did on this is that one of the first things that it loads off the disk is the screen that was used right before you turned it off the last time. That way it's looks like it's ready to go, even though it's not really totally ready to go because it has to continue loading. The keyboard has a number of unique features that were unique to the Cat. One is the leap keys, which you see here, and the other is these use front keys. And you'll notice that all the other keys have various little functions attached to them, like this particular one, use front disk here, would essentially cause the disk to access. And the machine's smart. It knows what to do with the disk. If you've edited text, it knows it has to put text back. If it's a new disk you put in, it brings it up on the screen so you can see if that's what you want or whatever. The leap keys are used to navigate your text. I'm going to use it here. I'm going to try to go to the position of text. So I just go to text right there, and there it goes. And you can see that it actually gets there. So, and then if you want to highlight that, you can go like this and then highlight. And then, of course, you can do whatever you want with it, move it, edit it, whatever you like at that point with that piece of text. Also, you can break into the fourth language, which is another thing that you might want to do. And, oops, I didn't mean to move that, but that's okay. And then, I didn't break the, there. And then I use front enter. Okay, and that turns on fourth. Then you do a shift, use front space to get into it. And you'll see the nice little OK. You can do things like words to see what's in the memory. This is a definition I used. It allows me to display memory. Also, you can, of course, look at the main fourth dictionary, which you can see it's got thousands of words in it. And so a person can run forth or run the editor as they please. I guess that's it. That's all.
Okay, thank you, Dwight. This is the Canon Cat, and it printed to various printers, right? The HPs and...
Yeah, well, actually, it wasn't designed to print to the HP, but I've made some modifications so I can do that.
And you can load your own Forth programs in, compile them,
Yes.
and have them run. So it's really an open, extensible machine.
Yep.
So is this sort of the biggest commercial Forth machine that was launched?
Gosh, I don't know. I would think so. This is the only one that I know that was ever sold a large number, other than the Jupiter Ace is the only other one that I can think of.
Mm-hmm.
And that was more of the ZX80 type chiclet keyboard.
Did you talk to Jeff about this machine at all?
Yeah, I did a
he was
little bit
alive?
once. I met him twice, and I talked a little bit about the machine, and we talked about the fact that his primary thing was for the particular applications he was looking at, this keyboard and the interface was designed to be the most efficient. One of the things he always talked about is how bad the mouse was for most things, because of the inefficiency. It wastes a lot of time. Every time you have to break from the keyboard, go to the mouse, and then go back to the keyboard.
Right.
You break your concentration, you break your thought path, and it's a kind of a clumsy method. Whereas if you're already in text, you stay in text. And he realized, of course, the mouse has a purpose too. Like if you're doing graphics, the mouse is a more appropriate thing for graphics. It's just not the appropriate thing for text.
Right. So the leap keys and everything were real innovations to help people navigate text really quickly and effectively.
Yeah. And that was probably the biggest reason why he left Apple, is that he had a conflict with Jobs over how the Macintosh would finally look and how the user interface would be set up. And they got in quite a squabble over it, Jef decided to leave because he thought that they were making a mistake. And they probably did make somewhat of a mistake. The one thing about this machine is that everything's intended to run off of a single disk. And of course, you could have a larger document, but the idea is to put possible multiple documents on the one disk, and then you can leap to them by leaping to the document pages. It probably wouldn't make sense on a 80 gig disk drive to do that that method anymore. It's no longer a valid method for accessing the disk. But at the time, it was appropriate. At the time, for the size of the disk and the size of the thing that he was working with, and what he was working with, it's probably the most appropriate way to actually access it.
And there's one guy up in Oregon still using these?
Yeah, he has a travel agency up there, and he's actually still using these machines.
Wonderful. Thank you, Dwight. And this is DigiBarn TV signing off on Dwight Helvey and the Canon Cat.